Okay, YouTube. Today I'm going to be showing you how to install a permanent synthetic dread to your natural undreaded hair. Now my hair is totally natural, so it's very kinky. I just happen to have it straightened just to give it a little bit of extra length and I think make it a little bit easier to braid with the synthetic hair. So now don't do this if you don't want permanent dreads or if you're willing to do the hard work of undreading your hair in 3, 6, 12 months when you're tired of these dreads. So let me show you what I do. And I have a similar YouTube video that I made a few days ago that uses a similar method, but it's a little bit different. So I wanted to show you how to do this one where we actually are braiding the hair into your hair. So you take a little piece of hair, however big or small you want it, and separate it into two. I just clip kind of the top or one of the pieces up just so it's a little bit easier to manage. Then you get your little piece of dread hair, and as I always say, less is more. So I got a little piece of the braid hair, and I'm using, I believe it's kinky braid hair, and put that right in the middle of the two pieces of hair. Okay? Then what you're going to do is you're going to clip kind of the top of the synthetic braid hair to somewhere just for security, and you're going to braid your two pieces of hair with one of the pieces of synthetic, or if you're using real human hair, for one of the pieces of dread hair, and you're just going to start braiding. And I don't braid real tight or close to the root just so that the root doesn't get pulled too tightly or damaged. And so as you see, I'm just braiding my hair with the synthetic hair, which makes this very, very secure. Now, when I put my dreads in a few days ago, I did some of mine like this. I did some where I braided just my hair and then kind of wrapped it with the synthetic hair and then crochet hooked the synthetic hair into my hair. Those dreads seem like, some of my ones in the front seem very, very sturdy and very, very secure. And then I did kind of some very, like many people do them. I made a synthetic dread and I attached it to my hair, basically a single-ended dread, braided my hair around it, and then used rubber bands. And I'm finding that some of those are starting to slip, which is not, they're still secure. My hair is long enough that it's gonna, they may have slipped an inch. They have, 5 more inches to go to, if not more, to fall out. But, why let them slip if they don't have to? Okay, so then when you kind of get to the bottom of where your natural hair is, you want to take that other piece of synthetic hair, and what I do is I just kind of very casually wrap it around the braid. Now you can do this very, very neatly if you don't want any of your braid to show. I don't care and I don't mind, so I just do it enough just so that there's just enough around my braid just to, hide it a little bit. And what I'm going to go back and do is crochet hook that braid, that synthetic hair, into my own braid. So you only need a little bit of hair for that to make sure it's all. But okay, so then when you get to the bottom of where your natural hair is, which for me is here, what I do is I just start backcombing. Okay? Backcomb, backcomb, backcomb. And I don't get too crazy about the backcombing. And it's been hours doing it. So just backcomb. Now, I'm one of those people, I don't think you need to have, your dreads need to be perfect the day or the minute you put them in. I think they should be relatively secure. They should look relatively good. And then, at least in my opinion, over time, over the next few days or weeks or months as you have time, my plan is to go back and touch them up. Make them a little tighter, make them a little bit more even. Any that need to be crochet hooked a little bit more, I'll do. Alrighty. So, nice and backcombed. Now what I do is, and I'll crochet hook that later, is I'm just going to start twisting. So even though I have this little piece of hair hanging out, as you can see, it's not going anywhere because, again, the hair is braided, so it will not unravel. And I'm going to crochet hook it, which is a little bit painful because it starts to pull your hair a little bit as it gets closer to the root. So this dread is not going anywhere. All right, then I get to the bottom. I wrap the hair around. I'm sorry if you can't see me. I'm in a very small bathroom because my other bathroom is being occupied by someone who wants to take a bath and didn't want me disturbing them while I was doing some dread maintenance. All right, so as you saw from my other YouTube video, now I steam mine. So I get my handy $30 Conair steamer, and no, I don't work for Conair. No, they didn't give this to me. It was the only one available at Target. It wasn't the only one. It was the cheapest one and the one that seemed to work best and have the best features. Like the largest water holder container. So then I just steam. Don't get it too close to your scalp or it will hurt. But you do need to get the dread literally right next to the steamer. All right, so we're just steaming. And as we're steaming, we are turning. Get a nice good seal in there. All right, we are sealing. And I find that the steaming, in my opinion, compared to burning, gives you the best, most natural seal. You still have a few little flyaways and hairs hanging out, but that's very natural. My 8-year-old son has had dreads basically almost his whole life since he was like 1. Or 1.5, his dreads started to form. And so when I look at his hair, and he has very, average African-American hair, very kinky hair. And he even has kind of flyaways, and, his dreads are all different sizes. His are definitely neglect dreads, and they look awesome. And, okay, so then I get to the bottom, and you won't be able to see this, but I put the steamer down, and I just hold the end of the dread in front of it. Actually, I can show you this. I just kind of do one of these. And then I palm roll. That doesn't sound good. And then I just kind of tie up loose ends like this. And then I steam some more. Oh, but so to me, I like the steaming best because you don't get that burnt plastic smell that to me is just horrible, and you can just smell it forever when you get close to your dreads, and I just hate that. So the steaming, I don't get that smell with it. You do not get that smell because you're not burning it obviously the temperature's not as high, and you're not burning it so thoroughly. If anything, you're just kind of heating it up so it melts just minimally together. Now, what I have noticed is that once kind of the steam dries, which is really just a few minutes, 5, 10, 20 minutes, not that your dread is not wet when you steam it, but once it kind of fully, all the moisture evaporates, I noticed the dreads do swell minimally, and they may loosen up just a little bit. You may think you have this nice tight dread, and they loosen up just a little bit. I either go back and re-steam it, or I just get my crochet hook out and do a few good crochet knots over any kind of sections that seem a little bit looser. So, and this part right here, I'm not going to do it right now, but I'm just going to get my crochet hook out, crochet hook all this together, go back where my natural hair, the braid is hidden in here, crochet hook it, not to death, but just enough times that I know that some of the synthetic hairs crochet nicely into my human hair, and then voila, I have a permanent synthetic dread that is nice and tight, won't slip, and will live forever. All right, good luck, you two. Let me know if you have any questions.